What do you like in the game right now that's going on this season? The short, 20, 25 games that they've played so far.
Well, as always, my favorite thing about baseball is its ridiculous unpredictability. Just look at all the bizarre things that have already happened, all the first time things that have already happened. Just this is a tiny thing, but this just happened the other night. Ben Rice hit a leadoff home run for the Yankees. So he's the fourth different Yankee this year to hit a leadoff homer in a game. No team has ever had four of those guys do it before the month of May, but the Yankees did it, and about 100 other things have happened this year that just make you slap your forehead like, how in the world did that happen? How can so-and-so team be this good? How can the Orioles be 6 games under 500? This is why baseball is so beautiful, is it's too good to be predicted. Just when we think we understand what's going on, we recognize that we don't, because that's the way the game demands it.
Tim, I saw a thing, speaking of that. Who's the guy that has broken up 81 no-hitters with a home run? You should know this answer.
The guy that has broken up 81 different no-hitters with a home run? Yep. AJ, knowing you, this is a trick question. It has to be.
Ricky Henderson.
Yes, thank you. I figured you would get that like that. Come on.
That was very good, AJ. I didn't think your mind worked like that. Yes, he led off the game with a home run, 80, I believe it's 82 different times. Not the point, but yes, you're absolutely right. Gosh, boy, to get stumped by you is a really bad day in my life. Very, very good. I'm very impressed.
I'm going to tell Rosenthal. You said I'm going to clip that and just send it to Rosenthal and repeat. So thank you. By the way, I can't take credit for that. I saw it on Twitter, X, whatever it's called, this morning. I do want to ask you. We were talking before you came on about managers on the hot seat, Rocco, Baldelli, and Brandon Hyde, and some other guys. What do you think about this? It's too early to be talking about this. I know it's a conversation, but isn't it too early to be talking about this?
Yeah, this is probably my least favorite question that I'm ever asked. Who's on the hot seat? We haven't even gotten to May yet. Yes, the Orioles have underachieved terribly, as have the Twins. But for us to come out and say, you got to get rid of the manager, when the Orioles haven't won a game in which they've scored fewer than 5 runs this year. They're the only team that hasn't done that. They have significant injuries to their starting pitching. They have a subpar offensive team, which should not be the case. And I just don't feel comfortable blaming the manager for stuff like that. But we do it all the time. So I'm with you guys. It's way too early to say, got to make a change in Baltimore, got to make a change in Minnesota. You got to give them a chance. Look at the Tigers last year. They weren't even a contender until the middle of August, and they won a playoff series. Strange things can happen. Remember that the Nationals in 2019 started out 19-31. And they won the World Series. These crazy things happen. You got to give Brandon Hyde and Rocco Baldelli and a few others a little more time.
All right, you like crazy things. Can you believe, and what do you think of it, that we've been playing not 1, but 2 minor league stadiums in Major League Baseball this year?
20 years ago, Bud Selig, the commissioner of baseball, told me, we've got to do something about Tampa Bay and Oakland. We have to. That was 20 years ago. And here it is 20 years later, and we're still not sure what to do with the A's and the Rays. So let's hope the A's will play 3 years in Sacramento and have a seamless transition and be a really effective team and a good team in Las Vegas. But we're not 100% sure that's going to happen. And we have to get a game plan for the Rays. And this thought of us expanding right now, it just doesn't make any sense to me, not until we solidify where the Rays and where the A's are playing and make sure they are franchises that are going to work before we do anything else. It is bizarre that we're playing not 1 but 2 teams in a minor league ballpark almost every night.
And it's hard to see empty stadiums in terms of fan bases there too, Tim, with the A's and the Rays, where they don't have that problem is home with the Mets and home with the Padres. Why are those two teams right now, with the start that they've gotten off to, why are they believable? And is this sustainable for both of those clubs?
Yeah, both are sustainable. Both are believable. Look, this is not a great start by the Mets. The Mets have been really good, basically since June last year. I covered that game in England last year when they won on that bizarre 2-3 double play where Luis Torrens touched home plate through to first for the double play to end a one-run game. That play had never happened in the history of baseball. Not even AJ made a play like that in the last two outs of a game. There is something special going on with the Mets. I sensed it, believe it or not, when I was in England. I said, this team stinks. And they have a togetherness that I'm not sure I've ever seen for a team that's this bad. When they won that game, they picked up steam. They played great down the stretch. They were amazing in October. So they're believable, and they haven't even started to hit yet. I mean, other than the leadoff guy and the cleanup guy. And I'm amazed their starting pitching has been as good as it's been. So I'm not sure that's going to continue in the rotation. They got to get some people healthy. As for the Padres, they got 7 shutouts. They're the first team ever to have 7 shutouts before the month of May. Look at their bullpen, the power arms that they pour out of that pen, and look at the talented everyday lineup that they have. And wait till Jackson Merrill gets back 100%. They are both sustainable. They are both exceptionally dangerous teams.
Tim, I was in London last year also, and I saw Philly hammer them the day before. So why can't Philly be hot? Why has it got your Mets homer? I get it.
No,
it's cool. No. But is this their window? Is this their window for Philly? Is it closing? Because Schwarber free agent, Real Muto free agent, another year on Nola, another year on Wheeler. Is this their window? And do they have to get it done this year? Because is it kind of shrinking a little bit?
It is shrinking, no doubt. But you can't say if they don't win this year, that's it, they're done. But yes, the Phillies are really good. When I looked at the standings going in, I said the Phillies have the second best team in baseball to the Dodgers. And I think at the end of the year, I'm going to be thinking the same way. That rotation is tremendous as soon as Aaron Nola gets things figured out, which he will. But yes, the Phillies recognize we've been a disappointment a bit in the last couple of years. It's time to go, and I fully expect them to be a really good offensive team, and very few teams pitch better out of the rotation than the Phillies do.
Kratz, do you like spending an hour on grocery shopping?
Nope. Speed up the process, please.
Introducing Hungry Root to the FT fam.
Now we can all be bougie with our own personal shopper to handle the food shopping, including Rex, based on what you're looking to put in your body.
I stack my Hungry Root box with items like gluten-free, dairy-free blueberry waffles for breakfast, shrimp veggie bowls for lunch, and a little filet mignon with potatoes and broccolini for dinner.
You can also say just, hey, Hungry Root, I eat paleo, or I'm vegetarian, and they load up your cart with personalized recommendations.
And those recs keep evolving as they learn about what you're into. Also, no BS, as in no artificial sweeteners or preservatives in any of Hungry Root's food. You're going to love Hungry Root as much as FT does. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/FT and use code FT. That's hungryroot.com/FT, code FT to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life.
How about the Braves? Have they just not gotten their shipment of torpedo bats yet? Is that their issue?
Well, that's going to have to happen. Now, they've finally gotten hot here. There's absolutely no way they were going to struggle that badly, but they got their work cut out for them in a division, of course, with the Mets and the Phillies. The Ronald Acuna news is not great, that we're not sure when he's coming back and what's he going to be like. Spencer Strider comes back, throws 100, and then goes back on the injured list. That wasn't a good sign, but I refuse to give up on the Braves this early because I've seen them bounce back from other adversity and be really good. I expect them to be really close, if not a playoff team at the end of the year.
Tim, I never count out the Braves, and nobody obviously counts out the Los Angeles Dodgers. Last year, they won the World Series, piecemealing together a starting rotation. This year, I thought they had more depth in the starting rotation, but they've scuffled as of late. Blake Snell's not coming back for a time. Obviously, Kershaw's coming back. Gonsolin will come back. Do they have enough depth? I know that sounds silly with the payroll and the signings, but do they have enough to repeat?
I think they do. I would take the field because I think there are that many good teams, especially in the National League. But if you're asking me who do I think's the best team in baseball and will be the best team in October, I think it will be the Dodgers. But you're right, Alana. We already have an injury to a top flight starting pitcher, and let's not forget in the NLCS last year they used an opener twice. And then they used an opener once in the World Series, and they still won, which is amazing. If they can get everyone healthy in that rotation, they are going to be a absolute nightmare for most teams in October. And the depth in their everyday lineup is just as good as it is in their starting rotation when everyone is right.
Tim, who has more knowledge, numbers, you or oddities, maybe you or Jayson Stark?
Well, Jayson Stark taught me where to look. Now, truth be told, I was looking for this stuff when I was 8 years old. That's how clueless of a young kid I was. I had like two things in the world I was interested in. So I was coming up with the all food team and the all money team when I was in junior high school. But Jayson is the best I've ever seen at it. He taught me where to look and how to find things. I've gotten pretty good at it because I love all the stupid, quirky, funny things that happen, all the pointless, useless things that happen. But he's the best ever, and he taught me how to do it as well as anyone could.
Who went in the Hall of Fame first? Or the Career Excellence Award? Who you or him?
Jayson went in first, as he should have. And I mentioned him in my Hall of Fame speech along with Dan Shaughnessy and Peter Gammons, because those were the three biggest mentors among the many mentors that I had in the business.
Is that the biggest? So hold on, EK. Is that the biggest award as a writer for baseball writer? Is that award that you can receive?
Yeah, of course. So if I may tell you a story. So I won the award, and the next morning, Johnny Bench, the greatest catcher of all time, called me on the phone to congratulate me. He said, "Congratulations, Tim. Welcome to the club. You're one of us now." And I almost started to cry again. And then he said, "Tim, it's moments like this that bring you back to Little League." And now I'm ready to just cry out loud. And he says, "And let's face it, Tim, you could still fit into a Little League uniform." And I said, Thanks a lot, Johnny. Good talking to you. I appreciate the call. Yes, it was the biggest thrill of my professional life. There will not be a close second, although working with my son on this podcast has been really, really cool and really special.
That is an unbelievable story that he still added the jab in there at the end when he almost had you at tears. So I'm going to add a jab in. We were talking about good teams. Let's talk about the Marlins. They're close to 500 team, and they don't want to be. The front office does not want to win. What do you see happening with the future of this team this season, considering if Alcantara gets better and he starts to pitch better, he's going to leave?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a fascinating story there. I'm sorry. I just don't see this keeping up and them being an above 500 team and a contending team for the whole season. So they may take the ace and deal him because they're going to get a king's ransom for him right now because he's still really good. And now's the time to deal him. But it's going to be really interesting if they continue to win. How are they going to justify trading not only their best pitcher, but one of the best pitchers in the game? But if they're in a complete rebuild, which it appears they are, then I think at the end of July, the best thing to do would be to trade him, get a absolute haul in return, and continue the rebuild at a very high level.
Tim, I just want to, before we let you go, I wanted to extend my condolences again for the passing of your brother, obviously, who passed of ALS. But I know that you have been so instrumental in ALS Awareness. And of course, you work with Sarah Langs, who's battling Lou Gehrig's disease right now. So I didn't want to let you go without an opportunity for you to talk about that in terms of any efforts or a way that we might be able to help you. Yeah,
well, we're working on it because I'm very much a part of this now. I'll tell you, Kratzy, AJ, if you knew my brother, boy, oh boy, you would have loved him. He was such a good college baseball player. He's only a little bit bigger than I was. And the way he played the game all out, weighed 135 pounds, major league throwing arm when he was at Catholic University. Guys on their team would tell you if we had 9 Matt Kurkjians on our team, we'd never lose a game. And they have an award named after my brother, the Matt Kurkjian Ultimate Teammate Award at Catholic University, that is awarded to the senior that is the best teammate on the team. So in honor of my brother, whatever it takes to spread the word and to help the cause against this wretched disease, you can count me in.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.